Hello guys, my name is Nancy Sengu. Some days back I received calls, even some DM. Somebody said, why is it that everything about me, people discuss it? I am easily gossiped. I am the talk of the town. Even things I did and things I did not do, people will begin to attribute me as such a person, especially negatively. My dear, be calming down. What I will tell you is one is this. Before someone could leave his business, if at all he has one, and be talking about you, my dear, you are very important in the person's life. Maybe you have achieved what the person have not been able to achieve. He has become so envious of your personality. So, and sometimes your presence or your person, it's like a threat to him. You're a challenger. Sometimes let me come down to personal or man to woman relationship. A particular man might be eyeing a particular woman, going after the woman, but the woman is not giving him or her audience. And eventually, you just came from nowhere and you became friendly with the person. You talk, you chat, So that person that have tried his best and never got that woman will see you as a challenger, will see you as a threat, and he can do anything to pull you down. And one of the easiest thing he can do is by labeling you wrongly. He don't even know what you're doing with the woman, because his notion towards the woman might not be your notion towards the woman, but because he has already an evil notion towards the woman, when he sees you with the woman, he will begin to conclude in his heart that it was his notion that you are now executing. Listen, people will always talk about you if you are a star. There is a saying in my language, you have a bag. Yes, the lion or the tiger has a lot, strength in him to achieve a lot of things. But sometimes when some things that are done are not actually done by him, and he will be called, he will be labeled as the executor. That's what I'm trying to say. So in the real sense, people talk about you because you are phenomenal. You are valuable in the society, and some group of people want to rubbish you, want to, kind of red tag you, so that people will begin to avoid relating with you or thereabout. But see, calm down. All that mouth that gossip you, they will still sing your praises one day. And to you, the gossip and the listeners of gossips, I want to let you know one thing. Wisdom should teach you one particular thing. If you are not part of the gossip and they are telling you, discussing somebody before you, you have an obligation. One of the things you should ask yourself, this thing this man is saying, is it truly the truth he's talking about? That is number one thing. So you need to establish this thing he's saying, is it true? And one of the ways to establishing that is that pick up a call, do an invitation, get to this guy that is being discussed. Ask him, I heard this, I heard that. How true is it? And be bold enough to tell him who is telling you that. Because if you did not tell him or her who is gossiping him about, then you are part of the gossip. That is one thing. You need to establish the facts behind every gossip. So you need to kill that gossip. Secondly, even if that thing the person is saying is truth, then you ask yourself, what does this guy have to gain in telling me all this? Some people, just because they just want to walk their way in your heart, they will begin to gossip others before you, especially your rivals or maybe people of your equals. They begin to gossip them before you, so just to gain access in you. So that person that is gossiping another person before you has something to gain in it. Because if that person don't have anything to gain in it, he will not be spending his time gossiping someone about. So you should be very wise when people are gossiping around you, because the way the person come to tell you about someone else is the same way he will go to another person and tell that person about you. So who you call a friend? If you have a gossip as a friend, sorry is your name, because you will never be spared. The same way he gossip other people to you, the same way he will carry you and go and gossip to other people. And one thing about gossip is that gossip are never truth. Even though you may see elements of truth in it, but they can never be true. It can never be presented the way they are. It can only be presented the way it will gladden and sweeten the ear to hear. You, the gossip, sorry is your name. No gossip can ever succeed. Because anything you talk about people will always come back to you. Job said so. The thing I greatly fear, the thing I discuss about, the thing I think so much about has come before me. So if you discuss so ill of people, your life will never be anything better. And it will run in your genealogy. It will be transcend to your offspring. Gossip is a spirit. And once you have indulged in gossiping people, it will never leave your lineage except somebody along the line decided to cut it. So, my dear, know the kind of legacy you are keeping for your children. Gossip is the killer of success. Any community that indulges in too much gossip does not, that community does not progress. They will always be going backwards, no matter the effort. As long as you are using your mouth, as long as that community is using their mouth to degrade or to tarnish the image of another, that community will never grow. So what am I saying in this sense? Be careful things you talk about people. You must not be the one to talk, even if it is true. It must not come from your mouth. And don't say what you don't know. Don't perceive things in your heart and begin to say it as if they existed. God is not asleep. Go and read the Exodus very well. God hates anyone who gives false testimony about people. Exodus chapter 20. If you give false testimony about anybody, God will visit you with that infested gossip. I will stop here. Thank you.